Yeah, right. We're going to put Jim Freeman under the spotlight. Very, very difficult conditions,
right.
Jim. And are you happy with the point first of all?
We'd have took 4 points out of the 2 games, this and Redditch on Tuesday before the game. We're probably a little bit more disappointed now because I felt that we was much the better team first half and second half. So a little bit disappointment, but you've got to remember where it was that them guys have come here, they've set themselves to make hard, the conditions made it difficult, and I thought we did everything really apart from score. I know we didn't create huge chances, but again, what did they create?
Well, we've just seen a couple of chances. I don't know if you saw those, but we saw the Slough Town chance, which was a mistake by Ben Tosland that led in number 9 Watkins, and that was the first chance. If you can get Ryan organised on that one, please. The first chance, the first one. Next, first one. There we go. So this you see here was a mistake there from Ben, and it was their really only real chance, I would say, in the game to actually force an issue.
Oh yes, I do remember that one, and he just didn't control it very well. If again, you're looking at that as their only chance of the game, and they've come here. They're a very good team. Someone just told me they're the second top goal scorers in the country.
They are. Man City at the top.
So that's for us today, because you can look at stats both ways. For us, we've clean sheets galore. What's it? One goal in 4 games? Is it? We've conceded two in 4. That's pretty decent, and the goals will come because we've got some good players. So they
conditions certainly played their part, didn't it? We get said on commentary it's the roughest that we've commentated on, and nearly being blown off. And conditions to play football, you could see, it was very, very difficult indeed. I mean, we said we'd take a point now. In the first half when the wind was really raging. But let's move on a couple. Let's go on to the one that was over the bar from Hollis. It was a good move by Kettering, and he just wildly swiped it. This could have gone anywhere.
Yes, the first half again. Good ball in by Gastora. And it's one of them ones that he's just whipped it in, and another day that goes in or it comes across to one of our players. With the wind, it was. But I thought we coped with it both halves really well compared to what they did. They looked like they really struggled with the wind first half.
And then there was the save there by the goalkeeper that we thought we might get a goal. It was at the near post again.
Yeah.
But can't quite see that one. Again, the conditions are very difficult with the rain coming in, but it was a near post cleared away. It
was, and it was good to get a good response from the lads after the disappointment of Tuesday. We brought them in on Thursday. Alga did a great session with the boys on Thursday, and they responded really well today. And it's a positive dressing room still. And you've got to look at the facts. We'll go again on Tuesday, and I'm expecting us to pick up 3 points really.
And there's an extra shot on target here that another Kettering Town move that was unluckily battered away and then blocked.
That's kind of been the story of the last few games, isn't it? It's all just sort of close to drop in, not drop in, just one of them. And I'm sure there'll be a game where we're gonna end up battering someone 3 or 4 or something again.
Marvellous. Then we had the shot here, the Aaron shot. So this was in the second half. This is the one that was at the near post.
It was. They did, and Aaron worked really hard today. I felt that he really put it in.
No, I thought that one was in. That was the clearest chance I think for either team in both halves, and it was very, very unlucky indeed. Goalkeeper Turner did well there to get a foot to it and stop that from creeping in at the near post, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a good save.
What a shame.
Yeah. She wasn't quite as good there.
Rennie's shot also that was blocked.
But you can even see from these highlights. You think second half. I can't really remember them creating anything clear second half. And with the wind and the conditions, I felt we did really well. And I can't complain at the shift the lads put in. Really, I think they did a good shift.
This is the Rennie shot here, Jim. That. Even with these highlights, I know we're highlighting Kettering, but there's nothing to really highlight about Slough. They had a couple of long-range shots that Paul White caught in his midriff, but other than that, really, I can't really think of anything that Slough did to really pressurise Paul White in those conditions. I'd have thought with the wind, they would have been far more sort of dangerous to deal with than they were.
Well, they didn't seem to put anything on him. So he had quite a comfortable half, really, considering I was a little bit concerned myself, and I know probably some of the other lads were with the conditions that they were going to put it on him a little bit, and it didn't really pan out like that. And like I said, we're coming out of here today and we're a little bit disappointed. with a draw, and they're ecstatic with a draw. So it kind of tells you what it is. And I know they're away and we're at home, but they're on a great run of form, and it was important for us that we.
It was the first game they've drawn in 7.
Was
8. They've won 6 and lost 1 in the league, and that was their first draw. So we've knocked them off. 4 points out of 6 against them is pretty good. And we just show the last Rennie shot. I think it was of any importance in, again, very difficult conditions for all footballers there, and just went by, blocked, wasn't it, for a corner, and again at the near post, which seems to be the Achilles heel for them. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite an Achilles heel because it didn't go in.
We'd like I say, you're looking at all these chances. On another day they drop and we get one, and I'm sure it won't be long because we've got good quality players and we'll be scoring again pretty soon. The main thing, like I said, everything's built from the back. If you look at sort of last season to this season, that's the biggest difference. Whereas everyone was like, with the defense. If you look defensively now, no one's really creating much against us, are they? They're doing that. So it's. I
mean, let's be honest. Nantwich had one shot and scored. They had one shot at their place and scored.
Yeah.
And we've had numerous chances at Biggleswade and against Nantwich, both home and away, to drive both games. And today, really, as you said, if there was a graph, we'd just see that Kettering far outplayed Slough Town in all departments and conditions.
We're going to get that more as we have a successful season. More teams are going to do that. They're going to set up and make us break them down. So you're going to get that, and it's going to be a lot more graft and not going to be expansive and open play. But that comes with good teams, and it's about how we adapt ourselves to rise to them challenges and actually unlock the door, really. But it will come. It doesn't feel like, to me, I don't feel, and I know the other guys, none of us sort of feel that we're not really creating a lot, even though we're not scoring a lot the last sort of 4 or 5 games. I think it's just kind of one of them spells. Like I say, I'm sure that we'll come back again and there'll be a game in the next game or two, we beat someone 3 or 4-0 or something, and it just all of a sudden it's all different again, and it's sort of changed, because if you look at our goals per game, we're still doing fantastic.
I think in that league where you mentioned that Slough Town 2nd and Man City, I believe, were top, Kettering were 5th.
Was it?
So
yeah, well, there you go. There you go.
There's not much in stats, really.
And we're well below a sort of goal a game that we're letting in as well. So with them sort of stats either end of the fin, it's only a matter of time before we'll come again.
Spirits in the camp high then.
Yeah, everything's good. The players feel good. The management team feel good. We'll things are starting to build. We've had a look at the sort of. I think apart from Hereford, most top teams around us we've had a look at now this season. So
Kings Lynn, of course.
Kings Lynn as well. You got them two, but we still had a fair portion of the top teams we've played currently.
Seems every time that we play is always in the top, we beat and they go down again, and somebody else comes up, then we play them and they come down. We don't play your Gosports, your Dunstables who are getting whipped 9 and 10-0. But
yeah.
Okay, Jim, thank you much for making your solo performance.
Yeah, lovely.
We also got another debut, also now on Poppy's TV. It's Marshall Willock.
I hope his interviews were as good as his defending.
I think we can just about get you on. You're okay. I thought with him at the lower chair, but welcome to Poppy's TV. Yeah, you're back in the side after the FA Cup, of course, and again made a contribution in very difficult circumstances and defended really well against 2 class players in Flood and Dobson.
Yeah, the weather wasn't really great, a lot of wind, horrible to play in, really. Not the best conditions to come on in, just getting shelled, and we dealt with it well as a team and managed to nullify them, so it was all good.
Chesterfield is your parent club. You're with us for a little while. Is there any chance you think you'll be staying on a little longer with us? Or
it's not up to me. I'd like to, but it depends what the gaffer at Chesterfield's saying, really.
Have you found the lads in general, the backroom staff, and
it's all been great since I come here, really. Yeah, been welcomed in really well.
You've played against most of the top sides, as Jim Freeman mentioned there, and the sides that you've seen. I mean, I know you've only had a couple of league games because of the FA Cup, etc. But what's your understanding of this level? I mean, for 17 years old, you've been really quite impressive. I think. I mean, that 5-0, it must have been a dream.
Yeah, well, it's quite rough and tumble, isn't it? Balls are getting shelled at you. Got big lads backing into you, but I just try and take it in my stride. Just try to do what I can do. But yeah, I do enjoy it more than like youth football and academy football, because it's just slow pace. This is more frantic, and I think it suits my play style more, to be fair. It'll
give you more sort of experience, won't it, if you when you do go back to Chesterfield to play in league football, hopefully for you. And,
hopefully, if I do a good couple of months here, I can go back, and you never know what could happen. I could get a chance in the first team at Chesterfield,
or you could still come back with and stay with us.
I could come back and stay here,
which is what we want, really. But we're not far from top of the league. We've got an FA Trophy game. I think you'll be available for that one, won't you, against Leek next week, who got thrashed 9-2, I think, today. So that's an interesting scoreline. I'm not quite sure if that is the final score. I'll see if we can clarify that for you at some point. I've got 2 people in here all looking vacant. But so how did your move from Chesterfield originate? I mean, it was quite a surprise when you came on. What a towering figure! I researched you and I thought 9'2". I thought, well, this is interesting.
Is that what it says?
No,
Do you mean move from Solihull Moors to Chesterfield?
Yeah,
well,
and then
I was playing reserves at Solihull Moors last season, playing week in, week out.
but Donald's gone, hasn't he, now as well?
Yeah, but he's done a lot for me, to be honest. And then I wasn't really in favour at the end of last year. Like, made a couple of appearances in the cup and whatnot for the first team, and then start of pre-season, I've come in and I've impressed the gaffer, and I was playing pretty much all the pre-season friendlies, and Chesterfield come in and say come on trial like, and I did well and they signed me, so yeah.
Because Liam McDonald's ex-Kettering and Marcus Law was also his manager as well,
yeah.
so there's a bit of history between
Liam McDonald
the 2.
gave me the chance to play, and obviously
Nick Green, was he there with you?
yeah, Nick Green was with me as well, yeah.
And again, another Kettering player,
Yeah.
so a little bit of involvement there, a bit of continuity, which is good.
Yeah.
So then we got the FA. Well, we got Redditch on Tuesday on plastic surface. How are you? Well, you played base, but no, you didn't, did you? No. But how are you on plastic?
It's not good for the knees, but you know, I should be alright.
And then we've got Leek Town on Tuesday. We're suffering, those wounds from a 9 thrashing.
Just got to take it.
Getting the head shaking. It wasn't 9.
They won 9-0.
Oh.
Right. The duff information. They won 9-0. So that's going to be an interesting one then next week. So they won 9-0. Thank you for that. Yeah. So that's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? 9-0 victors.
We're not conceding many goals at the moment, so
We're not.
You know,
And we did have the.
it stays that way.
We did beat them 3-2 last season as well in the FA Cup, so it is with us. Okay then, Matthew, I know Matthew Marshall even, I know that you'll be delighted to get back into that change room, have a shower and have a cup of tea with the lads and get away from this appalling weather that we're having with Storm Brian, as I say. Best of luck on Tuesday,
Right,
and
cheers.
next week, well done there.